From the outside, my life seemed perfect. I was the epitome of success, the person everyone aspired to be. I had a prestigious job, a big house, and a lifestyle that many could only dream of. My home was filled with the latest gadgets, designer clothes, and expensive jewelry. All the material possessions one could desire were at my fingertips, yet these things brought me no real joy or fulfillment. But behind the facade of success, I was deeply unhappy. The stress of maintaining this image was overwhelming. I felt isolated, despite being surrounded by people. The corporate world had become my gilded cage, trapping me in a cycle of stress and dissatisfaction. I was constantly under pressure to perform, to meet deadlines, and to exceed expectations. I was living someone else's dream, not my own. I had lost sight of what truly mattered to me. My passions, my hobbies, and my personal relationships had all taken a back seat. Each day felt like a performance, masking my true feelings behind a smile. I was putting on a show for the world, but inside I was crumbling. I was exhausted from the constant pressure to succeed and terrified of failure. The fear of not being good enough haunted me every day. The long hours and demanding workload left me with little time for myself or the things I loved. I missed out on family gatherings, lost touch with friends, and neglected my health. I often found myself reminiscing about simpler times, wondering where I had gone wrong. The calls from loved ones went unanswered, and the moments of joy became few and far between. It was in these quiet moments of reflection that I realized something had to change. I needed to break free from this gilded cage and rediscover what truly made me happy. Slowly, I began to make changes. I reconnected with old friends, took up hobbies I had long abandoned, and started to prioritize my well-being over my career. The journey wasn't easy, but with each step I felt a weight lifting off my shoulders. I was no longer living for others, I was living for myself, and in doing so I found a sense of peace and fulfillment that no amount of money or success could ever provide. The company culture was toxic, rife with competition and backstabbing. My boss, a micromanaging bully, made my life miserable. His incompetence was only surpassed by his ability to take credit for the work of others. Constructive criticism was non-existent, replaced by public humiliation and belittling remarks. Every day felt like an assault on my self-esteem. I was constantly on edge, dreading the next email, the next meeting, the next impossible deadline. The stress began to manifest physically. I was plagued by insomnia, panic attacks, and debilitating migraines. My once vibrant spirit dwindled, replaced by a pervasive sense of hopelessness. I felt trapped, with no escape from the corporate nightmare. In my darkest moments, I considered extreme measures to escape the situation. The thought of suicide, though terrifying, offered a perverse sense of relief. I even planned a disappearance, fantasizing about leaving everything behind and starting anew. Thankfully, a glimmer of hope emerged from the darkness. I realized that my life was worth fighting for. I deserved better than the misery I was enduring. I decided to take control of my destiny. I made the difficult decision to leave my job and pursue a lifelong dream of studying abroad. It was a terrifying leap of faith, but one I knew I had to take. I yearned for knowledge, for personal growth, for a chance to rediscover myself. Freedom's bittersweet symphony. The journey to freedom is often a complex and emotional one, filled with highs and lows, triumphs and tribulations. Leaving the corporate world was exhilarating and terrifying. The decision to walk away from a stable job, a predictable routine, and a well-defined path was not made lightly. It was a leap into the unknown, driven by a deep desire for something more meaningful. The initial relief was immense, like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I felt an overwhelming sense of liberation, as if I had been released from invisible chains that had held me back for so long. The world seemed full of possibilities, and I was eager to explore them all. I could finally breathe again, free from the suffocating pressure. The air felt fresher, the sky looked bluer, and every moment seemed to be filled with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. It was as if I had been given a second chance at life. However, freedom came with its own set of challenges. The path ahead was uncharted, and the uncertainty was daunting. There were moments of doubt where I questioned my choices and wondered if I had made a mistake. The road to self-discovery was not always smooth. The guilt of leaving my family behind was heavy. I missed the familiar faces, the comforting routines, and the sense of belonging that came with being close to loved ones. The distance created a void that was hard to fill, and the loneliness was a constant companion. Loneliness often crept in, a constant reminder of the sacrifices I had made. There were days when the solitude felt overwhelming, and I longed for the company of those I'd left behind. But in those quiet moments, I also found strength and resilience. Yet, I knew I was on the right path, even if it was paved with uncertainty. Each step forward was a testament to my courage and determination. I embraced the unknown, trusting that it would lead me to a place of fulfillment and happiness. The journey was far from easy, but it was mine, and that made all the difference. Finding myself in the ruins, studying abroad was a transformative experience. Immersed in a new culture, I began to heal. I reconnected with my passions, discovering hidden talents and a thirst for knowledge I never knew I possessed. I learned the importance of self-care, of setting boundaries, and of prioritizing my mental health. I realized that my worth was not defined by my job title or my salary, but by my character and my contributions to the world. Looking back, I realized that my experience, though painful, was necessary. It was a journey that took me through the depths of my own insecurities and fears. I had to face the parts of myself that I had long ignored, the parts that were crying out for attention and healing. It taught me the importance of self-worth, the power of resilience, and the ability to stand tall even when the world seemed to be crumbling around me. I learned that self-worth is not something that can be given or taken away by others. It is something that comes from within, from a deep understanding and acceptance of who I am, and the courage to pursue my dreams. Dreams that I had once thought were out of reach now seemed possible because I believed in myself. I realized that the only limits that existed were the ones I placed on myself. With this newfound courage, I began to chase after the life I had always envisioned. It forced me to confront my fears, to look them in the eye and say, "You do not control me." I had to redefine what truly mattered in my life, to strip away the superficial and focus on what brought me genuine joy and fulfillment, and to redefine what truly mattered. I found solace in the simple things, in moments of quiet reflection and in the act of putting pen to paper. Journaling became a way for me to process my thoughts and emotions, to understand myself better and to chart a path forward. Leaving the corporate world was not a sign of failure, but a testament to my strength and determination to create a life filled with purpose and authenticity. It was a bold step, one that required me to trust in my abilities and to have faith that I was making the right choice for myself, but a testament to my strength and determination to create a life filled with purpose and authenticity. I began to work on projects that I was passionate about, to invest my time and energy into things that brought me joy. I reconnected with loved ones, finding support and encouragement in their embrace. It was a victory for my mental health, a declaration that I would no longer sacrifice my well-being for the sake of a paycheck. I found peace in nature, in the practice of yoga and mindfulness, in the simple act of being present in the moment, and a promise to myself to never again compromise my well-being for the sake of a paycheck. I made a commitment to prioritize self-care, to laugh more, to find joy in the little things, and to cherish the moments of peace and solitude. This journey taught me that self-worth is the foundation upon which a fulfilling life is built, and I am forever grateful for the lessons it brought me. To anyone feeling trapped in a similar situation, please know that you're not alone. Your feelings are valid, and there is hope. It takes immense courage to break free from the shackles of a toxic work environment, but it is possible. Start by acknowledging your situation and the impact it is having on your well-being. Seek support from loved ones or a therapist. Remember that your health and happiness are paramount. You deserve a work environment that respects and values you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Talking to a therapist or counselor can provide invaluable support and guidance. They can help you develop coping mechanisms, process your emotions, and navigate the challenges of leaving a toxic workplace. Remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and commitment to your well-being. It is a step towards reclaiming your life and creating a brighter future. Life is a journey, not a destination. There will be challenges and setbacks along the way, but it is how we navigate these obstacles that defines us. Embrace the unknown, trust your instincts, and never give up on your dreams. Your happiness is worth fighting for. Take that leap of faith, prioritize your well-being, and create a life that brings you joy, fulfillment, and a profound sense of purpose. The path to personal freedom may be arduous, but the rewards are immeasurable.